Need to replace the igniter on your Traeger Ironwood 885. Traeger calls it the hot rod. Today, we're swapping it for a brand new one. We'll walk it in clean technical diagrams to see the repair from angles that are hard to catch on camera. It's a straightforward job. About 40 minutes with a new igniter, a hex key, and a screwdriver. Let's get into it. Step 1. But first, the main power switch on the back goes off, the cord comes out, and everything cool. Then, we can work. Open the grill door and lift out both cooking grates, the top one first, then the bottom. Set them somewhere flat where they won't get stepped on. Step 2. Lift the grease strip tray straight up and out. It's the big sloped panel sitting right under the grates. That slope is what sends grease to the drain, so bring it out level, and you won't wear any of it. Step 3. Lift out the heat baffle. That's the last plate in the stack. And once it's clear, the fire pot is open right in front of you. Take a second to notice how the baffle sits on its brackets because it has to go back exactly that way. Step 4. Look down into the fire pot. The igniter is a metal rod that slides into a short sleeve on the side of the pot. Scoop out any loose pellets and ash so you can actually see it. And before anything comes apart, take a picture of how that wiring runs. You'll be glad you did on the way back together. Step 5. Find the screw that pins the igniter in its sleeve. Back it off a few turns. You don't need to take it all the way out. That one screw is the only thing holding the rod in place, so once it's loose, the rod is free. Step 6. Now follow the igniter's wire. It runs out of the firebox toward the hopper side of the grill, and it ends at a connector behind a service panel. Take that panel off and put the screws somewhere you won't lose them. Step 7. Unplug the old igniter at that connector. Then head back to the fire pot and pull the rod straight out of its sleeve, feeding the wire through behind it as it comes. If it's stubborn, twist it gently. Don't lever it. Step 8. Feed the new rod's wire through the same path you just cleared. Then slide the rod into the sleeve until it seats and snug that screw back down. Snug, not gorilla tight. You're clamping a heating element, not a bolt. Step 9. Click the new connector together until you feel it seat. Tuck the wire back the way your photo shows, clear of anything that gets hot, and put the service panel back on. Step 10. Here's the part most people skip. Leave the baffle, the tray, and the grates out and test it right now while you can still see the fire pot. Plug the grill in and switch it on. Pellets will start dropping in and the new rod will begin to glow red. Do not touch it. When you see flames coming up out of the fire pot, switch it off and let everything cool down. Step 11. Once it's cold, rebuild the barrel in order. Heat baffle first, sitting properly on its brackets. Then the drip tray. Then both grates. If that baffle isn't seated right, flame can come straight up out of the fire pot, so take the extra second and check it. Now, let's make sure it's working. Start the grill the way you always would and watch for 3 things. The controller runs its startup without throwing an igniter error. You get smoke within a couple of minutes, and the fire keeps itself going after the rod shuts off. One more thing, if the screen was showing an old error, clear it from the menu. Under Settings, clear notifications. Pass all of these, and this repair is finished. 2 quick things before you go. First, if the new rod doesn't glow at all, don't blame the rod yet. Pull the controller out and check the fuse on the back of it. A blown fuse looks exactly like a dead igniter. And second, if the grill still says igniter disconnect after the swap, that's the controller telling you it can't see the rod at all. Go back and make sure that connector is fully clicked together. Before you go, 2 quick ways to make this new igniter last. First, keep your pellets dry. Damp pellets make the rod work harder and longer on every single start. And second, clean the ash out of the fire pot every 20 hours of cooking. Ash packed in around the rod is what burns them out early. Do those 2, and this repair will last for years. That's it. Everything we used is linked in the description below. If this video helped you out, please hit like and subscribe, and check out these other videos. Thanks for watching.